So unfortunately, conflict is a big part of our lives. And that's not really something that we can change necessarily on a big scale, but on a small scale, there are things that we can do in order to manage that or accept that. Because conflict and resolution, two big things that are definitely part of our lives because we are broken. We live in a broken world, broken people running around hurting each other. And it's unfortunate, but it's just our way of life that we are forced to live with here under this broken and cursed world. And how we deal with that is so important. It's going to have a big impact on how we feel about ourselves and how others feel about us. Ephesians 4:26. Be angry and do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your anger. I love this verse. It was so interesting to me to actually sit and take a look at this verse for a while and really marinate on it, because I realized a few things about it that I wouldn't normally just glancing over. The first thing is that it says be angry, and it doesn't say don't be angry. It doesn't say be angry, have at it, just go be angry. It says be angry and do not sin. So anger is okay. Anger is acceptable. It's what we do with our anger that is going to make the difference. Anger is not a sin, it's an emotion. And do not sin. Okay, so it's what we do with that anger that would allow us to sin. The second part of that is do not let the sun go down on your anger. It's also not saying that conflict is a sin. When I read this verse initially, I thought, oh, okay, I've got to make sure that everybody is okay with me. I can't have any conflict in my life whatsoever. But that's not what this is saying. It's saying, don't let the sun go down on your anger. Don't be angry. Forgive. As Romans 12:8 says, if it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you. It's your responsibility to forgive. It's your responsibility to go out there and say, you know what, I'm not holding on to this anger. We have no control over what the other person says, and the Bible does not make us responsible for what the other person says or feels or does. It only makes us responsible for what we do, except the things you cannot change. Change the things you can, right? You can only change yourself. And you can accept the fact that you're angry. You can accept the fact that the other person is angry with you. And you can accept the fact that there is tension. And that's okay. But don't let the second part of that Romans 12:8 verse is don't let the devil take a foothold. Right? So don't hold on to that anger, because that's when there's a chink in our armor and the devil can say, ooh, I'm going to play off that and I'm going to make sure that happens. We have to be actively forgiving and making that choice to forgive. That's what the Bible calls us to do, to actively forgive. And far as we can, we are to live at peace. And beyond that, we are to accept the tension. As far as we can go, we are to live at peace. That means forgiving, and that means going out trying to make amends with people, asking for forgiveness, and working it out, talking it out, getting all of those emotions out on the table, expressing where we're at, and then loving on each other. And that's as far as we're called to do. After that, we have to accept if they do not want our apology, if they do not want anything to do with us, if they're still angry and want to harbor that anger, that's up to them. But as far as it's up to us, we need to forgive, and we need to go out there and make amends as best we can.